Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Monday's Moment video, the first one in December 2024. And that's really important, and that's what I want to talk about today, that we look at the last few days before we get to the end of the year, and also we look at what many people refer to as the period of Advent. And as a Christian, that's something that I use to reflect, and that's what I want to talk about today. See you in a moment. For a number of years, I have held a workshop called either Your Best Year Yet or Making the Most of the Year. And the biggest part of that workshop is the time to reflect on the year that's gone by so far. What went well, what didn't go well, what could you have done better, what was an absolute raging success that you need to do more of, so that we can carry all of that reflection into the year ahead. And that's what today's video is about. I'm Simon from Sterling Business Coaching, and it's really my theme for this month to reflect, to contemplate what the remaining days of the year can be used for, so that we can make the most and make 2025, a year ahead, the best that we possibly can. That's really, really important. And the first place to start is that theme of Advent. When we're called to reflect on who we are, what we've achieved, how we have gone through the year. And it's a time to refocus. It's a time to leave the past behind us slightly by looking at it, acknowledging it, learning lessons from it, good and bad, and then looking forward. Forward focus reflection, I call that in my workshops. So I want you to spend this week ahead and the rest of this month thinking about the year that's gone by. And for some of us, that might be hard. For some of us, it will be quite a pleasure and a joy. But for all of us, it's something we should do to allow us to be released to look forward, so that we can make 2025 the best year that we possibly can. And of course, I open my advent calendar and take my chocolate out. I had my chocolate yesterday. I've had my chocolate this morning. Each morning throughout the period of Advent, if you've got an advent calendar, whether it's a chocolate one or any other version, then just take that moment as you eat that chocolate, or you take that gift out, or you do whatever your advent calendar does, to actually use it to think of one moment during the year gone by, one moment that brought you joy, that brought you peace, that brought you perhaps a challenge that you had to deal with. Perhaps it's something that brought you sorrow. But whatever that is, just take a moment each day to think, what is it that the year has actually, and I use the word bought because it's what is it that life has purchased for us during the last 12 months? What is it that we've been rewarded for by the actions that we've taken? What is it that we've struggled with because of the actions that we've taken, or by the environment that has paid us, that's around us? Using the image in the middle, make sure you take not just a moment, but perhaps during this week, take 15 minutes, 30 minutes to be grateful for everything that's happened during 2024. Because everything that has occurred has shaped the person that you are today as you watch this video. It's brought you to this point. Good, bad, terrible, indifferent, joyful, has brought you to the person that you are right now. And that might be a person who is at peace, who is grateful, but it might also be a person that is anxious, that is stressed, that is sorrowful. But just take 15 minutes to acknowledge where you are and to be grateful for all the things that have happened during the last 11 months. And then also use some of that time to carry forward some things that you want to include in your plan. So just jot some things down. Perhaps you might have a post-it note. Jot some things down that you want to do differently, or that you want to do the same and more of in 2025. What are your targets? What are your aims? What are your goals for 2025? Now, I'm not asking you to do that in great depth. Perhaps you might do that over the Christmas holidays and over New Year. But just take some time just to jot some things down that come to your mind that you want to do to make 2025 the best year it possibly can. And we need to make the most of the year ahead. So reflect on Advent and that daily ritual, that daily process of taking the chocolate out of the calendar, or whatever your faith and beliefs are, to look at each day and use some time each day to look back at the year, to reflect and to refocus. Then take 15 minutes each day to be grateful, or perhaps just once this week, and then take some time to jot some things down as you're going through this process of what 2025, if it was going to be the best year that you'd had, or if you're going to make the most of 2025, what kind of things would you put in there? What kind of ingredients would you add in there? It's really important to put the things down that you think of. Now, I've got a guide that I've used for my workshops. If you would like a copy of this workbook that I use in the workshops, I'm not trying to get you to sign up for the workshop, but if you want a copy of that guide that just helps you go through this reflection, that helps you go through this thinking of the past and of the future and where you are right now and how you can make the most of a year, even finishing 2025 before it even starts. See it in your mind's eye as done. If you'd like a copy of that guide, either message me directly or just tag me in the comments below where this video. Make sure you tag me so that it pops up and it highlights me, and then I'll message you and we'll get that guide off to you in the simplest way that it can. I can give you a link to download it directly. So if you want to grab a copy of that guide, please, it will be a big help to just give you a bit of structure to this reflection and this setting up 2025 to make the most of it and to make it the best year that it possibly can be. Of course, I always ask, like this video, follow me if you're not already following me, and share this with as many of your contacts that you feel will benefit from perhaps just taking some time during this Advent period to reflect, to refocus, and to set 2025 up to be the best year that it can be moving forward. That's my ask of each of you for doing this. And of course, if you do still want to have 30 minutes with me before the year ends, just go to timewithsimon.com. You've seen the ticker. You're probably used to watching this video already. Timewithsimon.com, 30 minutes with me, and perhaps we can have a look at that workbook if you want to, or we can just have a look at some things that perhaps on your mind at the moment of how you can make the most of 2025 and finish 2024 the best that it can possibly be. Have a great week ahead, a great start to the Advent season as we build up towards Christmas and the holidays, and use this time to reflect. And as always, I will see you on the next Monday's Moment video, not many left before the end of the year, or on the posts throughout the rest of this week. Bye for now.